Hello, thank you all for joining me and welcome to this full body HIIT workout with a fiery core finisher. You can use a band for this, but it's absolutely optional. And here's me just pumping you up for our workout today. So we're going to start by taking some big head circles just in one direction to start for about 15 seconds. Really big here. You want to make sure your ear tries to touch your shoulders as you run that head around, but you're also keeping those shoulders down, back behind you, and relaxed. And let's do one more here before we start to mobilize the spine a little bit. So I'm going to start by rounding my back and having a slight bend in my knees as I try and touch the floor while keeping my back rounded. And just keep going up and down here. The goal is to maybe at the end be able to touch that floor with your fingers. And let's get into some sumo squats. So I'm going to squat down, I'm going to press my elbows into my knees, open up those hips, and then I'm going to grab onto my toes as I rise, keeping my head down or flowing with the movement and stretching out the back of those hamstrings. Just a few more here. Keep breathing. And let's get into the start or the beginning portion of our workout. So we're going to start in a downward dog and we're going to pedal out those feet for about 4 before we rise forward into an upward facing dog and then pressing back into a downward facing dog. So we're just going to repeat this for about 40 seconds. Taking your time as you flow to the top of your mat and then back to the bottom of your mat. Again, this 3-part exercise will be 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and it's just a little bit of a warm-up to our warm-up. So this next position that we're going to get into is going to be a bear to a plank with an alternating side arm sweep. So when you're ready, meet me in a bear plank, which is going to have my knees hovered over directly underneath my hips. And I'm going to step back into a plank position, a full plank, before sweeping my arm, my right arm, and then my left arm into a big circle next to me. Now you want to try your best to be as stable as possible when you're doing these arm sweeps. So trying not to move so much to the side and keeping that balance as stable as you can. And also try to make sure your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. Almost done. Keep breathing. Nice job. So next we're going to flip over on our backs and we're going to go for 40 seconds into some slow crunches. So what's different about these is I'm really taking my time to feel the intrinsic muscles of my core working. And as I do these crunches, it's going to be an elbow to a knee crunch. So let's get started. 40 seconds on the clock. Bringing my left elbow to my right knee and my right elbow to my left knee. To make this more challenging for yourself, you can bring that torso, the upper part of your torso, off of the ground. And try your best to bring that torso to your knee rather than your knee to your torso. Almost done. Beautiful. You can squeeze those knees in, feel that burn. We're going to do that sequence again, starting with the downward dog to upward dog flow. So go ahead and meet me in that downward dog position, or starting at the end of our mats. You can walk yourself down, then walk out those ankles, calves, and hamstrings, and push up, flow forward into an upward dog as you maybe take a breath here and then flow back into a downward dog. Deep inhales. And relax. Nice job. Next is the bear to plank to alternating arm side sweep. So when you're ready, go ahead and meet me in that tabletop bear position. And let's get started. Taking this time during our warm-up to scan your body and see if there's any area in particular that needs specific catering to, or that needs some additional energy release. Just being aware of your heart rate, maybe getting a little bit faster, your breath's getting a little bit deeper, your core getting a little bit stronger. Almost done. And relax. All right. Lastly, we're flipping over onto our back again for the slow crunches, our knee to elbow crunches, or rather our elbow to knee crunches. Bring those knees up to the tabletop position, right over your hips, and let's get started. Exhaling with every twist, inhaling with every repositioning to the center. Only a couple more seconds left. Nice job. So now let's get into the core part of our workout, or the main part. If you have a band, feel free to put this on. We are going to start the workout with some lateral band walks to the side. So we're walking 2 times to the side, and then we're going to do some 4 pulses or abductions with that same side. So for example, I'm starting on leading with my right. I'm walking over for 2, stopping, and then pulsing out for 4. And then walking over again to my left side for 2, and pulsing over for 4. You'll feel a nice burn on the side of your glutes here. And try and keep that chest up as best as you can. Maybe even seeing if you can sink lower into the half squatted position that you're already in. But that is 40 seconds, so go ahead and take that band off if you're wearing one. And we are going to get prepped for our next move, which is going to be a push-up to a rotation, or a side rotation. So if you're not comfortable doing push-ups yet, try at least to do 2 regular push-ups, and then you can come down to your knees. So I'm pushing up, and then I'm twisting to the side and opening onto one side of my body. Both feet are on the floor, but one hand is up in the air and one hand is down on the ground. Again, if this is too challenging, you can bring it down to your knees, but I do encourage that you try at least 3 regular push-ups before bringing it down to your knees. And relax. Nice job. 20-second break here as we get ready for our next workout. So this next one, we're going to stand up and we're going to go into a side lunge to a reverse lunge. So I'm starting again with my right side, and I'm going to step out as far as I can into a side lunge and then stepping back with that same leg to a reverse lunge. And then as I come back to the starting position, I just simply switch or alternate my legs to the opposite side. Noticing, can I get farther down on one side of my body than my other? Does one side feel more natural than the other side? Just asking yourself questions. And go ahead and take a break from that. So this next one, we're going to come down onto our hands and knees again for what I like to call a side through kick. So you're going to set this up by being in a bear position like how we were at the beginning of our workout. And I'm going to take my left leg and bring it over to my right side of my body as I open up that right arm. And then I just continue switching from right to left, and I can take this as fast or as slow as need be. Kicking with my left, kicking with my right, opening up to my left, and opening up to my right. Sometimes I think of it like a ninja kick, like a cool ninja kick. Go ahead and take a break. We're going to stay on the ground for this next one. Starting at a forearm plank, we are going to lift one arm up, then the other arm up, coming into a regular plank, and then plank jacking it out and lowering back down to that forearm. So we're simply lowering, raising, and then plank jacking. More than halfway there, keep it up. I know this one's a little bit of a doozy. And relax. Nice job. So for this next one, go ahead and grab your band again if you do have one. Again, you don't need it for this one, but it can be helpful to feel an extra little oomph on the glutes. So I'm going to put this band on above my knees and I'm going to lie on my back. We're going to be doing a single leg hip extension with a pulse. So the foot that's on the ground is going to have the weight distributed, or most of the weight distributed, in the rear foot. So as I'm pressing off with the rear foot, my other leg is going to be straight and then drive into my chest as I pulse with that glute bridge on the same leg. And let's go ahead and switch legs. Just a few more. Remember to keep your core tucked even in this position and don't hyperextend that back. And go ahead and relax. And we're going to run through that series 2 more times. So get pumped, you guys, because we are about to do this. Starting again with the lateral band walk. So go ahead and bring that band over your knee. And we are going to start walking out twice to the side with 4-time abduction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walking it back on the other side. Seeing if you can get a little bit lower here in your squatting position. Maybe open up that chest a little more. Whew, it's burning. Almost done. And relax. Shake it out. Take some breaths. And get prepared to meet me on the floor again for those push-ups to rotations. And let's get started. Push up and rotate to that right side, reaching your arm up. Push up and then rotate to that left side. Reminding yourself each time you push up that you are strong and you are capable. Feeling that power. Releasing all that energy. You're almost there. And relax. Beautiful job. Take some deep breaths before we get in to those lateral lunges and reverse lunges. And let's get it. Starting with that, whatever side you want to start on. Lateral lunge, step it back to a reverse lunge. Alternate sides after each rep. Seeing if you can get a little bit deeper in these side lunges. Maybe a little bit deeper in those reverse lunges. Again, keeping that chest up as best as you can. Last one right here. And relax. Bringing it back down onto the floor for those side through kicks, those ninja kicks. And let's get started. Left leg comes over underneath my right leg while my right arm opens up towards the sky. And then I switch and do the same thing on the opposite side. This works your core, this works your upper body, this works your legs. This is a full body right here. You are almost there. Keep pushing, keep breathing. You've got this. and relax. Goodness. You killed it though. You killed it. So let's go on to a little break before we get into those forearm planks. The forearm plank up downs to a plank jack. I know I put a few upper body back to back, but it's just a little challenge. So let's get started. Walking it up and walking it down, alternating sides as you come up and down with each arm. Reminder, you don't have to go fast with this. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Almost there. And you're done. We only have one more of those to do, you guys. Just one more. I have full confidence in you. So again, if you do have that band, slide it on. We're going to be lying on our backs and doing those single leg hip extensions with a pulse. 15 seconds on each side for a total of 40 seconds. Raising that left leg up in the air, pulling it towards my chest as I pulse, and my right foot is planted in the ground with most of my weight distributed off my heel as I press up. Remembering to keep my core engaged here so I don't hyperextend in the spine. And that is 20 seconds, so we're going to go ahead and switch sides. I think I said 15 seconds in the beginning. I'm sorry, it's 20. Get a nice burn in the glute here. One more, and relax. The struggle is real to get the band off, you guys. All right, we got one more to do. This is me hyping you up. We're gonna kill it. It's gonna fly through like a breeze. So go ahead and put that band back on if you have one. Maybe shake your booty a little bit, and let's get into those lateral band walks with the 4 abductions. And take it to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew, this one is burning me. But it's so good. It burns so good. Just keep pushing. Finish it. And relax. You will not see that one again. Alright, last push-up set as well. Push up to rotation. And let's get started. Focus. You can do this. You can push it out. Make it count. It's your last one. Each time you do this, you get stronger and stronger. And relax. Beautiful job. Standing back up to go into those side lunges to reverse lunges, taking a big inhale here. 40 seconds to one side, step it out to the side, reverse it, step it out to the other side. Again, seeing if you can get a little bit deeper here. Be more intentional with what your body's telling you. I noticed that my left side was way more restricted than my right. Almost there. And relax. We are halfway through the end of this set. Got 3 more exercises left. Getting back down on the floor, meeting me for the side through kicks. And go. Taking your time to breathe out with every kick through. Feel the good burn here. I think I've got addicted to this feeling of the burn. It's a good pain. And relax. Press that up to a downward dog if it feels good just for a second. You got about 20 seconds. Before we get into those forearm plank up downs with the plank jack. Meet me in the planking position and let's get started. I know as the workout goes on, we can get a little bit tired towards the end. Still try to keep that core nice and tucked in, that pelvis nice and tucked under. Check to see if those hands are underneath the shoulders. Just focus on your breathing. We're almost there. I know, this one's a doozy. Whew, you did it. We got one more left. One more left in this set before we end it with a fiery core finisher. So we're going to lie on the back again, driving that heel into the ground as we press up with the other one and do a pulse with that single glute. 20 seconds on one side. And switch sides. Beautiful. And relax. You killed that set, you guys. 3 in a row. Whew, I know I was dripping in sweat at this point. It was good though. So last but not least, we are going to do a little core finisher. Just one time through, starting off with a side plank. So I'm going to make sure my core is nice and engaged and my elbow is directly underneath my shoulder, and I'm going to either hold this side plank position, or for a little bit more of a challenge, my upper hand can reach under and thread through. And go ahead and switch sides, 20 seconds on each side. Holding that core. Reach and twist. And go ahead and relax. We're going to be moving on to some boat holds. So flipping on our booties. I'm going to raise my feet and my arms up off the floor, and I can either hold this boat pose or I can challenge myself by going in and out. I can bring my knees close to my chest and then extend them out as I lean slightly back. Almost there. Find the place that shakes you. Ooh. And relax. Bring those knees into your chest. And we're going to stay on our backs here for this final core workout, which are going to be egg beaters. So you will have your hands to the side of you, and you will raise your torso again for a deeper challenge up off the ground while your legs are out in front of you, just scissoring back and forth. You can bring your legs up and down, but I find that the farther down they are to the ground, or the closer they are to the ground, the more challenging it is. So I did keep it there for a while. If it's too much for you, go ahead and lay that head back down on the ground. But I encourage the challenge. You're almost done. This is it, you guys. Make it count. Don't stop. And relax. Woo! Goodness gracious. Woo! You did it. You did it. Look at that sweat. You killed it. Proud of you. Thank you for joining, and thank you for putting in that work for yourself. Hopefully you feel stronger and you feel more motivated to tackle the rest of the day. So thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you back here real soon. See you later.